Hello everyone, Julie here from Indigo Handmade Design. Welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet a top-down dress with balloon sleeves. And also don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your crochet friends and ring the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new tutorial. So for this project I'm going to use 4 colors. This is category 2 yarn. As my main color A, I'm going to use this yarn here. It is 50 grams, a blend of acrylic and viscose. It has 50 grams, 185 meters. You are going to need 9 of them, so I am making a size medium. For my size I'm going to need 9 of them. Then I'm going to have my color B. This is going to be my color B. This is also 50 grams, 185 meters. It's also a category 2 yarn or fine. As my color C, I'm going to use this one here. So from this one you are going to need 1. This one here you are going to need 2. So this is the second one. This has 50 grams, 150 meters. And this one, it is 50 grams, 200 meters. So they are all category 2 yarns. In addition to the yarn, you are going to need a 3mm crochet hook. You are going to need scissors, measuring tape, yarn needle, and you are going to need stitch markers. So let me clear this off and get started with the tutorial. Okay, so for my size, which is a size medium, I've chained a total of 95, and I've already closed my chain to a circle. So when you are doing this, make sure that the chain isn't twisted. And I've also placed my stitch marker, so I've counted 21 for the sleeves and I've put a stitch marker. Then I've counted 26 for the front and put a stitch marker. Again 21 and put a stitch marker, your second sleeve, and then your remaining 26 chains. And in my last chain I've also placed a stitch marker. This is going to be the back portion, and this one here it's going to be the end of the round. Now to know how many chains that you need to make if you are working with another yarn, so you want to make sure that the chain that you are making is going to go over your head. So as you can see, my chain is a fold in half, and when I'm stretching my chain, it's about 27 centimeters, so 54 around. Okay, now we are going to start by making first one round of single crochet. So for this I'm going to chain 1 to step up for my round, and then make 1 single crochet in your very first stitch. So you are crocheting with a 3mm hook. So I'm going to single crochet in each chain until my first stitch marker, and again this is going to be one of the sleeves. So my first sleeve. So since this is a top down dress, so we are working from the neck down to the bottom of the dress. Okay, so I've reached my first stitch marker. Now in this stitch we are going to make one increase. So this means in this chain you are going to make one single crochet, chain one, and another single crochet into the same chain. Now go ahead and put your stitch marker in the middle, so where your one chain space is. And now you are going to do exactly the same for the front, for your other sleeve, and also for the back portion. One single crochet in each chain till you reach your stitch marker, and in the chain where your stitch marker is, you are going to increase by making one single crochet, one chain, and another single crochet, all in the same one chain space. So I'm going to work off camera and then I'll meet you back here. So at the end of the row, or at the round, since we are working in the rounds, you are going to slip stitch to your first single crochet, like so. And now from now on we are going to work in double crochet rounds. So for this you are going to chain 3. This counts as a double crochet, yarn over and make one double crochet in the next stitch, and again yarn over, double crochet in the next stitch. So this is how you are going to work this round. I'll meet you here where my stitch marker is for the increases. Okay, so I've reached my first stitch marker. Now in this one chain space from the previous round, you can take now your stitch marker off. You are going to make 3 double crochets. Now I have 1, I have 2, and I have 3 double crochets. Now if you want, so you can put a stitch marker in this second double crochet right here from your increase. So this one here, now you are going to continue by making one double crochet in each single crochet from the previous round until you reach your next stitch marker. And in this one chain space right here, you are going to do the same. You're going to make 3 double crochets, all worked in your one chain space. So I'm going to work this second round off camera and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I'm at the end of the second round, so I want to give you a quick look. So this one here is my chain, and I've made my 3 double crochets in there. Now let me pull this out, and this one here is going to be your last stitch. So go ahead and put a stitch marker in your last stitch, and especially if you are a beginner, go ahead and put stitch markers in your corners so that you know where you want to make your increases. So now to finish this second round, we are going to slip stitch in this chain right here, your third chain from the starting chain 3, and turn my work again, and this is going to be my first double crochet. Now you are going to make 1 double crochet in each double crochet from the previous row until you reach your first stitch marker. Okay, so here is my first corner, my first stitch marker. I'm going to pull this out now, and in this double crochet right here we are going to make our increase. So you are going to make 1 double crochet, 1 front post double crochet. So you are going to go from the front to the back around the post and make 1 front post double crochet, and again you are going to make another double crochet in this same double crochet right here, just like so, and this is your increase. So you know, for the next round you are going to make in this double crochet right here your increases. So 1 double crochet, 1 front post double crochet, and another double crochet in this same double crochet. And now you are just going to continue on the front panel by making 1 double crochet in each double crochet from the previous round. Once you reach your next corner, you are going to make your increase. So double crochet, front post, double crochet into the same stitch, and I'll meet you back at the end of the 3rd round. Okay, so just to give you a quick look, I am now at the end of my 2nd round. So I know that my bust measure 90 centimeters around. So this means the front panel and the back panel, it's going to be 45 centimeters. And I know that so here is going to be the neckline, and here is right in the middle of the neck. From here down my armpit I have 24 centimeters. So this is going to help you if you are working in either size or with another yarn. Okay, so now to create our balloon sleeves, I've worked now a total of 8 double crochet rows. I've measured my shoulders from here to here, and I have a total of 35 centimeters. So as you can see, I've reached my 35 centimeters, 8 double crochet rows in total. Now I've also placed a stitch marker so that I know this is my front and this is the back panel, and also put stitch markers. This is my last stitch in the round, and from this stitch up to this stitch we are going to make increases, and also on the other side. Now for my size and my yarn, I've counted from this front post double crochet right here where the increase is. So this is the front post. I've counted from here 12 stitches, and then in my 13th stitch I've placed a stitch marker. Then I have 12 in between stitch marker and 12 up to the next front post double crochet. So the front post double crochet, I didn't count this stitch, and also made the same on the other side. So I have 12 stitch marker, 12 stitch marker, and then 12. Now you are going to start your round as usual. So I've already chained 3. Now it depends on how wide you want to have your balloon sleeves. So this is my first double crochet. This corresponds to this stitch right here. So I'm going to double crochet until I reach my stitch marker. And now here, where my stitch marker is, I'm going to increase by making 2 double crochets in this stitch. So I have 2. Now into the next again, make 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets into the next, and continue like this until you reach your next stitch marker by making 2 double crochets in each stitch, like so. See? So you are going to continue till here, and then you can take your stitch marker off. Actually, you are not going to need them anymore. And then continue by making 1 double crochet in each stitch. Increase in the corners. On the front you are just going to double crochet in each stitch, and then you are going to repeat on the other sleeve the same. So starting right here where the stitch marker is with your increases. Okay, so I'm going to work my remaining rounds of a camera until I reach my armpit, and then I'll meet you back again. Okay, so here I have my yoke, and as you can see, I've kind of reached what I was aiming for. So I wanted to have 24 centimeters from the middle. So I'm going to measure from here down to my increases, and I kind of have my 24 centimeters. So what I was aiming for. So kind of the depth, the arm depth is now enough, although I didn't reach the width that my panel should have. So again, this is a size medium for a 90 centimeter bust. So I need to have 45 centimeters on each side for the front, and for the back also 45. And when I'm stretching it, I have only 39 centimeters. So this means we need to add some chains from one increase to the other increase when we are creating the body of the dress. Now I am somewhere here with my last stitch, and I've already joined. Now since I didn't finish on a increase, I'm now going to chain 1 and cut my yarn, pull through, and now again, so I know this is the back side and this is the front side. Now we are also going to create the holes for the arm. So I'm going to make a slip knot and take the increase that is on the back side panel. So I'm going to add on each side 6 chains, Now since I am working in double crochet, so I've made a slip knot, I'm going to join my yarn right here where the front post double crochet is by making a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 3. This counts as a double crochet, and then I'm going to chain 6. This is going to be 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. This is going to be the length that I need to increase the width of my panels. Now go to the next front post double crochet, which is going to be on the front side, and make right here where your front post double crochet is 1 double crochet, just like so. And now you are going to make 1 double crochet in each double crochet around until you reach your next increase. Now this is the next increase. It's going to be also on the front side of the dress, so I'll meet you back here. Okay, so now I've reached my other increase, so my other front post double crochet. Now I'm going to chain 6, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I'm going to yarn over and then go to my next front post double crochet and make on top of the front double crochet 1 double crochet, like so. And now you are going to continue by making 1 double crochet on top of each double crochet from the previous round. Okay, now once you're at the end of this round, so by the way, this is round 16. I'm not sure if I mentioned before, so before we split for the arm opening, I had a total of 15 double crochet rows and 1 row of single crochet round. Now, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this. Now you are going to slip stitch to your 3rd chain, like so. And now you are going to chain 3. This counts as your first double crochet, and you are going to make 1 double crochet in each chain, so you're going to have a total of 6 double crochet right here. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And now you are going to double crochet in each double crochet from the previous round, and then once you are on the other side, you are also going to make 1 double crochet in each chain, and you are going to work in the round, so until you are with your body of the dress under your bust. So go ahead and try on, or you can measure, so you want to work till here. So in my case, for my yarn and the size that I'm making, which is a size medium, from here, so from row 16 to here, I'm going to work 10 rounds. So this means from around 16 up to round 25. So this starting round right here, the single crochet round, I'm not counting, okay? It's only our foundation round. So go ahead and make the rounds that you need until you are down here under the bust, and then meet me back here. Okay, so now once you have your 10 rounds done, so in my case for my yarn and the size that I'm making, you are going to place a stitch marker on the back side of your work right in the middle, and now you are going to take your color B, and we are going to make first one single crochet row all the way around, and then we are going to start making the ribbing. So I'm aiming for about 10 centimeters for the ribbing. So here is the belly button, and this is going to be the ribbing, so about 10 centimeters. So go ahead and take again your 3mm crochet hook, make a slip knot, and I'm going to join right here where my stitch marker is. So I have 129 double crochets in my last round. This means I'm also going to have a total of 129 single crochet for this round here. So go ahead and make your single crochet round. Okay, so I am at the end of my single crochet round. Now you are going to slip stitch to your first single crochet to close this round. Now from now on we are going to work in the rows, the single crochet rows for the ribbing worked into the back loop only. And as I said, I am aiming for 10 centimeters wide ribbing. If you want your ribbing to be larger, or you are working another size with another yarn, go ahead and chain first what you need to achieve the height of the ribbing. So I've practiced first my chain on my measuring tape. So you know, crochet is always a little bit stretchy, so that's why I'm just aiming for this measurement. I'm going to chain 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. It is stretchy, as you can see. Now you are going to go into the second chain from the hook and make one single crochet, and then one single crochet in your remaining chains. This is going to be your first row. At the end of the first row you are going to have a total of 16 single crochets. Now to start your second round, so you have 16 single crochets. This first row corresponds to this first single crochet right here. Now you are going to slip stitch 2, and you are going to turn your work. You are going to skip your first 2 stitches, and then you are going to single crochet into the back loop only of the next stitches. So you need to turn it like this, sorry about that. So skip 2, single crochet in your third stitch into the back loop only, and at the end of your second round you are going to have a total of 16 single crochets again. Now let me show you how I make my last stitch. This is just my own preference. You don't have to do this if you don't like to. I am going to make a regular single crochet into my last stitch. This means I'm going under both loops, so this V stitch right here, okay, this V, to make my last stitch. Now to start your third round you are going to chain one and then turn your work. And again, when I'm starting my next round, I'm also going to make a regular single crochet, my own preference again. And now you are going to single crochet into the back loop only of your single crochets, and you are always going to have a total of 16 single crochets. So work, finish your row, and then you are going to, so this is your current row you are making, you are going to slip stitch the next 2 stitches without chaining, turn your work, skip 2 and single crochet into the back loop only your 16. So work like this all the way around. Since I have 129 single crochets, I'm also going to have the same amount of rows, and I'll meet you back once I have my rows done to show you how to close. Now once you've made your ribbing all the way around your dress, what I want you to do next is you are going to turn your work like so, so that the wrong side is going to face you. And now we are going to match our stitches, and for this go ahead and chain one and go into your first stitch into the back loop only, and in your first chain, and we are going to slip stitch to close. So into the next stitch, the back loop only, into the chain, pull through and pull through to slip stitch, next stitch and next chain and slip stitch. Okay, so work like this all the way down. Okay, so once you have this done, you are going to turn your work. The right side is going to be out. Now you are going to chain one, and we are going to single crochet all the way around our ribbing. So you should have a total of 129 single crochets. So you are going to put one single crochet in each single crochet row. So if you are a beginner or you just need a stitch marker, go ahead and put a stitch marker into your very first stitch, like so. So work like this all the way around. Once you're at the end of the round, you are going to slip stitch to your very first single crochet and then chain one and finish off, because we are going to change color. Okay, and now what I want you to do next is to place a stitch marker into the middle of the front panel on the front side, right into the middle, and one on the back side of the dress right into the middle. So I have, including this stitch marker right here, I'm going to have 64 single crochets in total. So, and including this stitch marker right here, I'm also going to have 64 plus 1 in total, since I had a total of 129 single crochets. So I have on this side 64, and then I would have on this side 64 plus 1, so 65 stitches. Okay, so once you've placed your stitch markers correctly, we are going to work over our 19 stitches, and this one here is going to be right in the middle, so I need to have 9 stitches on this side and 9 stitches on the other side of the stitch marker. So I'm working with this color way right here, and I'm going to make a slip knot. We are making a shell stitch pattern, so I'm going to count 9 stitches away from my stitch marker, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and this is where I'm going to start and join by making right away a single crochet. Now you are going to yarn over, skip 2, and into the next stitch we are going to make 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we are going to work in the rows, skip 2, single crochet into the next, yarn over, skip 2, single crochet, double crochet 5 right where the stitch marker is, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you are going to skip 2 stitches, single crochet into the next. Now we are going to make another shell stitch, so yarn over, skip 2, 5 double crochets in the same stitch, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you are going to skip 2 and single crochet into the next. Now you are going to chain 3, this counts as a double crochet, and turn your work. And for row 2 we are going to make a increase row, so in the same stitch you are going to make first 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2, so you have now 3 double crochets since your chain 3 counts as a double crochet. Now you are going to skip 2 and single crochet into the next, and now we are going to make a shell stitch on top of the single crochet, so skip 2 and 5 double crochets into the next, 3, 4, and 5. And now we are going to make one increase, so yarn over, skip 2, double crochet into the next, and then chain 1 and make another double crochet into the same stitch, like so. And now you are going to make your shell stitch on top of the single crochet, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is how we are going to increase our rows, so that our work is going to go not straight but slightly on the diagonal. Now skip 2, single crochet in the next, skip 2, and make 3 double crochets on top of your last stitch, 1, 2, and 3. Now you are going to chain 1, it doesn't count as a stitch, and then turn your work, and we are going to start. So we are going to repeat row 1. This is basically a repeat of 2 rows. We are just adding some increases in between. So single crochet in the first stitch, a shell stitch on top of the single crochet, then 2, I have 3, 4 and 5 double crochets, skip 2, single crochet into the next, and now we are going to make our shell stitch on top of this double crochet and on top of this double crochet, and in the one chain space we are going to make a single crochet. So make a shell stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, single crochet in your one chain space, shell stitch on top of the next double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then skip 2, single crochet into the next. Now your shell stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is how we are going to work our increases, and now you are going to skip 2 and then single crochet on top of your third chain, which is your last stitch. Now you are going to chain 3 and turn your work. Now we are going to repeat the second row without making increases. So this means you are going to make 2 double crochets into the same stitch, 1 and 2, and then single crochet, so skip 2, make your single crochet in the next, shell stitch on top of your single crochet, skip 2, single crochet in the next, skip 2, shell stitch on top of the single crochet, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, skip 2, single crochet in the next, skip 2, shell stitch on top of the single crochet, and then skip 2 again and single crochet, skip 2 and make your 3 double crochets into the last stitch, so 1, 2 and 3, and these are the rows that we are not going to increase. Now we are going to chain 1, and for the next row, so you are going to turn your work and start with a single crochet and then 1 shell stitch on top of the single crochet from the previous row, skip 2, single crochet in the next, and this is how you are going to work. So I'm going to work my remaining rows off camera, and then I'll meet you back to tell you how many increases that I've made, so how many increase rows that I've made, how many rows that I have in total, and keep in mind that this is a size medium, so for a size large, extra large and so on, you do need to increase more. So use your measuring tape to kind of know how many increase rows that you need to make. So I'll meet you back in a sec. Okay, so I finished the body of the dress. I've increased, so this is the first increase row that I've showed you. Then I worked 10 rows in between, then again one increase row, then I have 10 rows, one increase row, 10 rows, one increase row, and then I've worked 4 more shell stitch rows. I have in between this color and this color here, I left 2 stitches right here. I have 2 stitches, so this is the front of the dress, and I also have 2 stitches right here, and then on the side, so I've made the same also on the back side. So I've started right in the middle. I have 9 stitches on one side of the stitch marker, 9 stitches on the other side, and on the side of the dress I have right here I have 4 stitches in between, and I have right here only 3 stitches in between, since I had a total of 129 single crochets when I finished this part right here. So I'm just going to add 1 stitch more when I'm working on this side. I've also increased the same as I've increased here, so all my parts are the same. So if you have a larger size, you are obviously going to have more stitches on the side in between. For a smaller size, you may want to increase on this particular row right here where you've made your single crochets. You may want to increase with some stitches. Now I'm going to jump over to my working table and show you how to work in between these panels right here to complete the body of the dress. So now let me show you how to join the panels of the dress together. So I'm going to work with my color D and make a slip knot. The right side of the work is facing me, okay? I am now on the back panels. So to join these panels together, make a slip knot, and you are first going to make 1 row of single crocheting all the way down the panel. So you are going to start right here where your very first stitch is. So you have here a single crochet. You are going to make 1 single crochet in there. Then you have here the row where you've started with a double crochet. In there you are going to make 2 single crochets. Here you have a single crochet, go ahead and make 1 single crochet, and then next you have double crochet row. You will make 2 single crochets in there. So in each single crochet row you make 1 single crochet. In each row that you've started with a double crochet, you are going to make 2 single crochets. So work like this all the way down, and here at the end you are going to chain 1 and finish off. I have a total of 57 single crochets. Now I'm going to turn my work like so, and then start working. So I want to have my row on the right side of my work, so I'm going to turn my work like so, and again make a slip knot and then join down here at the bottom of my panel, and I'm going to pick up my stitches, and it is imperative to have the same amount of single crochet. So I'm also going to have 57 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you down here. Okay, so once you've made your 57 single crochets, or as many as you have, you are going to slip stitch down here into the next stitch, like so. You are going to turn your work, and you are going to skip the first stitch, and now you are going to work 10 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You can put a stitch marker into your last stitch. Now go ahead and make 10 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now take another stitch marker and mark this stitch that you just made. Now you are going to double crochet your remaining stitches. So in my case, I'm going to have a total of 37 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3. So work like this till the end of the row. At the end of the row, you are going to chain 3, turn your work. This chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. And now you are again on the right side of your work. Now we are going to yarn over and make double crochets in each double crochet from the previous row, but we are going to work into the back loop only. So go only through the back loop until you reach your stitch marker. So in this case, I'm going to have a total of 37 double crochets, and then you are going to work half double crochets over your half double crochets into the back loop only, and single crochets over your single crochets into the back loop only. So you will have 10 half and 10 single. Okay. Now once you've made this third row, now it depends on what kind of size you are making. So for a larger size, maybe you have more stitches in between your panels, so you are just going to repeat this row for as many stitches as you need. So I have here only one stitch left. Now I'm going to slip stitch this stitch right here, and then I'm also going to slip stitch this stitch right here, and now I'm going to close my two panels by making the surface slip stitch. And to do this, the working yarn is always on the back side of your work. So these are my two slip stitches that I've made. So I'm going to skip these two and then go in my first single crochet on this side only into the inside loop, and then on this panel right here I'm going to take also the inside loop, and I'm going to take my yarn and pull through. It is very important to have a loose tension if you have troubles in keeping a loose tension, go ahead and take a 4mm crochet hook. So now go into the next stitch, the inside loop. On the left hand side panel, the next stitch, the inside loop, yarn over and pull through. Oop. Like so. And then go the next stitch in the row, the inside loop. On the left hand side panel, the inside loop, yarn over and pull through all of your loops. And this is how you are going to make the surface slip stitch to join these two panels. At the end of the row, you are just going to chain one and finish off, and then you are going to repeat these steps right here to join all of your panels. And again, for a larger size, or when you have like more stitches in between, you are just going to work one more row or two more rows of this row right here with 10 single crochet, 10 half double crochet, and the rest double crochets. Okay, so I'm going to work all of this joining. Okay, now to make the sleeve, you are going to take your main color, so your color A, make a slip knot and join somewhere here in the middle in one of your stitches with a single crochet with a slip stitch, and then chain 3 to step up. This is your first double crochet, and then you are just going to pick up your stitches all the way around your sleeve opening. So go ahead, in each stitch make one double crochet, and I'm also going to make one double crochet in here since I don't want to have this gap, and I'm also going to make one double crochet right here in my double crochet row, and then I'm going to pick up my stitches right here around the opening. So make one double crochet in each double crochet, and at the end of my round I'm going to have a total of 79 double crochets, since I've already made one sleeve, so I know that I'm going to have a total of 79 double crochets. At the end of the round, you are just going to slip stitch to your third chain to close the round. Don't turn your work, just chain 3 to step up, first double crochet, and make one double crochet in each double crochet from the previous round, and work like this for a total of 34 rounds. For round 35, you are going to decrease all of your stitches by single crocheting two together. At the end of round 35, I have a total of 38 stitches. Now go ahead and slip stitch to your very first stitch, like so, and you are going to chain one, and now we are going to single crochet in each stitch around. So you will have for round 36 a total of 38 single crochets. Put stitch marker back into your very first stitch. At the end of round 36, you are going to slip stitch to your very first stitch, like so, and pull your loop high so that you are not going to lose this and your work is going to unravel. And now take your measuring tape, since this opening is too large, and I'm going to measure around my wrist. So my wrist measures 16.5 centimeters, so I'm gonna go with 17 centimeters. and I'm going to fold my measuring tape like so. So this is the part where you can customize your ribbing. For the next round we are going to make again some decreases. So I'm going to, since the ribbing is also going to kind of pull in my work, I'm going to go with so many stitches. So now I kind of need to count my stitches to know how many decreases that I need to make, how many stitches that I need to decrease. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stitches. So for the round 37 I'm going to decrease 12 stitches. So at the end of row 37 I want to have a total of 26 stitches, since I'm going to decrease 12. So go ahead and chain 1 to step up. Now I'm going to make 1 single crochet into my very first stitch, put the stitch marker back into your very very first stitch, excuse me. Now we are going to make 1 decrease, and I'm going to count my decreases. So 1, and then single crochet into the next, and again 1 decrease, 2, single crochet into the next, and again decrease, 3, single crochet into the next, and then decrease, 4, and I'm going to repeat this till I have 12 decreases in total, and a total of 26 stitches. At the end of row 37 you are going to slip stitch to your very first stitch and then finish off with white. I'm going to take my another color to make the ribbing. So I'm going to take another color to make the ribbing. So to make the ribbing, take your color B, make a slip knot, and then join. To your first stitch like so, with a slip stitch, and then you are going to chain 11. Now go into the second chain from the hook and make 1 single crochet, and then 1 single crochet in your remaining 9 chains. At the end of your first row you will have a total of 10 single crochets. So we are basically making the same ribbing that we've made also we've made here. We just have less stitches. So now you are going to slip stitch the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then you are going to turn your work, skip the first 2 stitches, and then single crochet into the back loop only of your stitches. And at the end of the row I like to go to make a regular single crochet, so I'm going to go through both loops of the stitch. So this is now row 2. Now for row 3 you are just going to chain 1, turn your work, and again at the beginning of the row I like to make a regular single crochet and then work into the back loop only of each and every stitch. So go ahead and work like this all the way around your sleeve opening to make your wrist. And once you have all of your rows done, you are just going to slip stitch on the back side of your work to close your wrist, or you can also use a yarn needle to close your wrist. Okay, so to finish the neckline, you are going to take your color B, and we need a multiple of 6 stitches. So since I've chained at the beginning a total of 95 stitches, to have a multiple of 6 I need 96 stitches, so this is not going to be a problem. So we are first going to make 1 row of single crochet. So go ahead and take your color B, make a slip knot, and I'm going to join on my left shoulder, and I'm going to eyeball it, so to be in the middle I'm going to join somewhere here by making a single crochet, and then I'm going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch, and somewhere on my way I am going to add 1 stitch to have a total of 96 single crochet at the end of this first round. So go ahead and add the stitch that you need to have a multiple of 6, or if you need, go ahead and take some stitch. At the end of the round you are going to slip stitch to your very first stitch, which is this single crochet right here, like so. And now you are going to chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch. Now you are going to yarn over, skip 2, and in the 3rd stitch make 2 double crochets, 1 treble, and 2 more double crochets. Now you are going to skip 2, single crochet into the next, and this is basically your repeat. So your single crochet and then skip 2, and in the next make 2 doubles, 1 treble, and 2 doubles. And now repeat again. So you're going to skip these 2 and repeat, starting with a single crochet, skip 2, and into the next you are going to make 2 double crochets, 1 treble crochet, and 2 more double crochets, all in the same stitch. So repeat this pattern all the way around. Once you're at the end of the round, you are just going to slip stitch to your very first stitch and finish off. Okay, now to finish the bottom of the dress, go ahead and take your color D, make a slip knot, and then I'm going to join right here. So I'm on the left side of the dress. I'm going to join right here in this single crochet with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 3. This counts as a double crochet, and in the same stitch I'm going to make 2 more double crochets. Now I'm going to skip 2 stitches and single crochet in the 3rd one, skip 2, and on top of this single crochet you are going to make 5 double crochets. So we are making basically the same pattern that we've made here. So now you are going to skip 2 and single crochet, skip 2, 5 double crochets into the same stitch, and I'm going to work like this. Off camera till here, and I'll meet you back to show you how to work on these rows here. Now once you're here on this portion right here, so you know you have a single crochet row and you have these double crochet rows. So a single crochet corresponds to 1 single crochet, and a double crochet row corresponds actually to 2 single crochets. Now you may have more rows in between. So I'm going to finish first my shell stitch right here on top of this single crochet. So I'm going to make 5 double crochets in here. And now I want to have a single crochet right here, a shell stitch right here, a single crochet right here, and my shell stitch right here. So if you have more rows, you want to make sure that you're making your shell stitch in this 2 single crochets right here, and then kind of making the single crochets and your shell stitch in this portion right here. So I'm going to single crochet here, and then I'm going to make my 5 double crochets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I'm going to put a single crochet in here, and now I'm going to make my 5 double crochets in this single crochet right here. And basically this is all you need to do all the way around. And then once you're at the end of the round, so as you can see, I have here more double crochet rows in between my shell stitch pattern. So I want to make sure that I'm going to end up with 2 double crochets in this stitch right here. So I'm going to have a shell stitch here, and then place single crochets and shell stitches in between, and I'm going to end up here with a single crochet and then make 2 more double crochets right here, and then join with a slip stitch to my 3rd chain right here. And if you want or need to add more length to your dress, go ahead and make another row. And if you don't, you can just finish off right here and weave in all of your loose ends. And of course you need to steam block, or the way you prefer to block your dress. Thank you all for watching and for joining me today. I wish you all happy crocheting, and till next time, bye bye.